As you can see, we will be having the players jump into the server, so we will be having the start of the grand finals, a best of 7, as they're going to get straight into the first kickoff. It's already over to the wall where I don't know why exactly we don't have a HUD, but it's going to be shot straight into the goal, and that's going to be Vivid taking the first goal of the series at a 5 seconds into the game 1. So good shot there from the wall. Nobody in the back line to defend it, so Cheesiest Craft's better half, allowing the first one. It's going to be back over towards the mid. Skirp not going to be able to keep that out of the blue, as Fade Ace going to be trying to take this one away towards mid. Mike to intercept. It's back towards the corner. Skirp to intercept as well, but it finds its way past, finds its way to a pass over, and that's going to be Vivid not able to connect onto the passing play. It's going to lead to the ball going downfield. Fade Ace has to try to play it away. It's going to be a 50 forced over towards the wall, and now Skirp has to reaggress this, has to try to get himself back into the fight, but it's finding its way over towards this wall, and you're already seeing Mike tries to get off it, tries to get it back over to Vivid, does manage to successfully do so, finds its way into the blue, and Skirp meeting a 50 up high. Fade Ace already back to try to deny Mike's follow through. Skirp gonna have to reaggress. Mike does a good job getting in the way, but it still finds its way to the orange. It's back to the wall. Back over to Fade Ace as it goes back into the corner and rolling back over towards this ball. It's just gonna be Fade Ace and Skirp trying to fight back into this. Skirp over-aggressing, not able to get onto the ball. Fade Ace to aggress back, and now Skirp having to play this, and Vivid not able to connect, gonna give him just the thing to play with. Finds its way over to the backboard, but Vivid to clear away. A shot denied, as Fade Ace now just trying to dribble this ball upfield, but Vivid, he has a shot at net. He's trying to get the air dribble going and not able to get the touch, as it's gonna be touched away by Skirp. Finds its way onto the back of Mike and over towards this goal now, but Mike just intercepting, keeping it away as long as possible. And now the ball finding its way back into the orange half. Vivid has to try to play this out and does force an aerial and gets himself out of harm's way, as already you're seeing a little bit of low boost shenanigans happening. They're just having to try to read out against exactly where this ball is going to end up bouncing, whether by momentum or the very low boosted touches they're able to do. Mike gonna be able to get that one off a very close little touch. Went off the crossbar, very close to just slipping in though. The equalizer still needed as 3 minutes to go, but Vivid gonna get a roller in. Hits it over from the wall, gets it right on towards net, and you thought that it'd be an easy save, but just a little bit too far past, and Fade Ace wasn't able to back up in time to get in the way. So that's going to lead to a second goal on the board, and NoLimit taking a 2-0 lead here at the start of game 1. 20 seconds away from the halftime, and the shot from mid not going to be denied as Skirp sinks in one to start closing that gap. Nobody able to get in the way there from the orange side, and Skirp going to be able to start what has to happen in order to get overtime secured here in game number 1. Fade Ace moving up, trying to win out against Mike, and does manage to keep that ball towards mid as Skirp aggresses to cover. It's already back over towards the net as Vivid not able to connect, and just like that, the game's been tied up, and it doesn't even need to go into the second half to do so. You can already see it's 2 minutes 40 left on the clock and a 2-2 scoreline as NoLimit, their lead evaporates to nothing as we find ourselves tied yet again. Back over to Skirp, hits it towards the wall. It's going to be flying up here, Mike, trying to connect onto something, and Vivid already there, trying just to land that touch, but not able to find the inside of the net. Just going to hit off the crossbar, and that's going to leave Skirp with the ball and a wide open net. So the first lead going to actually be found here by the Cheesiest Craft's better half side, and a little bit of over-aggressive offense there from the NoLimit side is able to pay off for the blue. Mike trying to intercept. It finds its way over to the wall, and Skirp wants to read out here against Vivid. Isn't quite able to find its way past, but does keep that ball over towards the corner, and oh no, a double commit there from the defense, but Vivid's still able to get up in time, able to touch onto that ball and start to clear it away. But now Mike, seeing Skirp's aggression, decides to try to turn around and fall back for the defensive play. But The shot not coming through leaves Fadeace with the ball. Vivid forced to clear it away, but clear it away he does. You want to say, but Fadeace doing such good work. Scarp doing good work as well, just keeping this ball into the orange end. But Mike finally finding a breakaway, gets the ball over, is having his shot denied, but Vivid already following through. It's just a bit wide of net. Skirp wants to fight back into this, and Vivid just a little bit too soft of a touch. Skirp able to get it past two, as well as now finding himself with a shot at the goal. It's not going to find it. It's over to the corner, and Fadeace wants to reaggress this. It's a lob towards mid. Only 90 seconds left, and this time it's NoLimit that need to find a goal to equalize this game, but Vivid trying to go up onto the wall, wants to see if he can get something, but ends up having to fall back as Mike ending up saving that one high. Skirp can't quite find the net, and Fadeace actually going to leave a wide open net here for Mike, and that's going to be too easy for him to hit, so we find ourselves tied yet again with only 71 seconds left on the clock, and you can already see it's looking to be a high-scoring finals, as off the bat we've about 4 minutes of gameplay expired and 6 goals to score for it. Skirp going to be able to get that one over into the orange, but it finds its way onto Mike, who's now waiting for a pass from Vivid. It's going to connect, but Skirp able to get up just in time to kill that one back towards the goal. It's going to be touched, intercepted over towards this wall, but bouncing off the corner, it leaves it floating towards the net, and Skirp tries to sink in a fast one, but Vivid too fast on the reflexes, able to shut that one down before it gets too much. And Skirp hits it back over into the orange. Can't quite find a way out of this, Vivid, but does get it back over to Mike, who ends up booming it back to the blue. 35 seconds. Trying to get this one away. And you're already seeing Mike wants to try to fight his way back up, and now he's gifted the ball, gifted a pretty decent shot at the goal, trying to fake out low boost as well, but it's not quite working out. I mean, Fadeace, he's on 100. He doesn't really care whether or not you got boost, so it's just going to end up with that ball killing a little bit more time. 15 seconds, but now Skirp's finding his way with the ball. Isn't quite able to hit it on net, so it's able to be cleared away by Mike. Vivid finds it, and he at least needs to deny that shot, which he does. It's back to the blue. Vivid actually with a potential passing play. He gets it over mid. Mike's following through, but he can't quite find the net, and that's going to be overtime in game one. Let's see how the kickoff's going to play out. It's Mike against Fadeace, and it finds its way to the wall. Mike going to be able to find some boost for the trouble as well. He could try to do this one all himself, and he does! Oh my goodness, he scores it essentially, but Fadeace able to get back just in time, goes inside that net and is able to deny, but the follow through, it's just quite not there. Vivid sinking a shot towards net, but can't quite find the inside of it. It's bouncing off the inner crossbar, and it's going to go back over into the orange as somehow GZS Craft's better half is finding themselves still alive against insurmountable odds, but they're mounting the pressure, they're mounting the aggression, but Fadeace not able to connect onto that shot, but Skirp will. A little bit of a ragtag scored goal there at the end, but all that matters is the leading scoreline going into the end, and that will do it. The blue side gonna be able to take game number one, as we will be jumping shortly into game two. Was jumping straight back into the game as the players ready to get game number two underway. They're loading in, ready to jump back into the action. It's going to be Mike matching up against Skirp in the first kickoff, and already the ball finding its way dead over towards mid. Vivid though able to touch back towards this ball, gets it on net, and oh my goodness, it almost just slides right in, but it ends up needing a little bit of a touch from Mike to get it over the finish line, and he's able to do it. Gets it there just in time, and Mike's able to get it sinking into the net with only 9 seconds expired on the clock, and a first lead found here from NoLimit. Back over towards mid. Skirp wants to play this up. He's not going to have a lot of boost to work with though, so it's going to float back over towards this net, and you're already seeing it's a pretty decent offensive chance, but it gets touched away there by Vivid, and now he's going to find this ball deep over into the blue end, but not able to find a shot on net. It's going to go back over towards the corner, and Vivid ends up hitting it right into the net, and Mike following along, just trying to sink it along the left wall, but he's not going to be able to do it in time. I mean, Skirp isn't going to be able to do it in time, sorry. a little bit distracted as Skirp tries to jump up in time to deny it. But it's going to be Mike to sink it in along that goal line, and a 2-goal lead found with only 35 seconds expired. It's back over to Vivid. He wants to play this past. It goes a little bit too high. Skirp, plenty of time to play this away. Fade Ace starts to go up for it, but with 0 boost, he finds himself sideways in the goal, and that's just going to be Mike bullying his way into the net. And what a shot that was. I mean, you can just see a little bit unfortunate there from the defender in the net. Skirp tries to go forward and save it away, but he's just too late. And now a hat trick lead, only 49 seconds into the game. And NoLimit trying just to make up for the mistakes last game in style, and they've done it already, a 4th goal. And they are off to a dominant start. God damn, what a good start here coming out of the NoLimit side. A 4-0 lead, almost a minute expired on the clock. They've still got 4 whole minutes to play around with. And they are just dominating so far on the pitch. Fade Ace gets in the way but isn't able to get the ball out of his end. It's going to be hit back over off the corner. Skirp trying to aggress and clear it away, and he does. It's back over towards the orange end. Vivid aggressing up, and he is able to force out a bit of a 50, forces it back over towards mid. It's going to be hit over off the backboard, and Skirp wants to press this back up. He's not able to do it, and Mike has to get this all the way over into the blue himself, but he's going to say, you know what, I've already got 3 on the scoreboard. Let's go ahead and get a 4th, as he sinks in himself a 4th goal and a 5th for the team. And without even 90 seconds being expired, NoLimit must have truly broken their limit, because they are leading 5-0. Must have been a little upset after losing that first game by 1 goal. But they're still fighting here. Still just trying to dominate. It is a best of 7 after all. If they win this one, it's a best of 5. So it's already going to be a hit back downfield. It's going to be over on the wall, and trying to play this up off the wall, but 0 boost there from Fade Ace. Going to leave Skirp with it all to do, and Vivid just going to take the demo onto Skirp as well. That leaves the defense a little weaker. Camping that mid boost as well, Mike, as these guys just have to find some way here for the cheesiest crafts better side to get this one out of the out of their own end. And Fade Ace does manage to find that into the orange, as gets it over to Mike. It's off the wall, and Skirp to follow, but a save from Mike, a fast one as well, and that allows Fade Ace to come through and sink in the first of 5 that they need to get themselves back into this game. It's the start to a long road, but they're certainly looking to strike. 2 minutes 46 left on the clock. It's going to be over towards the midfield. Fade Ace, a shot already towards net, but Vivid going to go up high and deny it. 10 seconds away from the halftime mark. Vivid finds the ball and a flick over 1, but Fade Ace up just in time, able to touch that one away. It's back over. Mike retaking possession, gets the flick off as well, so that finds its way into the corner, and now Vivid needs to play this one away. It's over down towards the net, and it's going to find its way back over into Mike, but a nice little read there by Fade Ace as well to get in the way, deny any sort of clear that Mike has, and now the Blue Boys find their way with the ball in a wide open net, and Fade Ace gonna get the second. Right now, it's only 3 left to go to get back into this for the blue-sided boys, and Fade Ace, very good situational awareness, just able to flick that one past and sink it in. 130 seconds left to go, and Vivid finding the ball into the blue. It's going to be trying to get a back pass over to Mike, but not quite able to get it in time, and you're seeing the ball bouncing straight off that top backboard. It's going to be back over towards Vivid, and Fade Ace flicking it past yet again. So Mike, now forced to do it all, finds it over into the blue and does manage to touch it past one. Skirp's trying to line up the clear and not able to get in the way for that one. Not able to get in the way for the follow-up either. As Skirp past 1, past 2. Oh my goodness, but Vivid just barely going to be able to get a touch on that one to deny the shot. Fade Ace denying the follow-through as well, but 90 seconds left. They still need to find 3. And it's already going to be hit back over into the end. Fade Ace finds its way over in front of the net, and Oh my goodness, it's a close call there, but they're going to be able to save that ball away, and Vivid wants to get this back into the action. Finds his way up over onto the wall, and Skirp going to be trying to shoot this one back towards the net. Not going to be able to do it. But Fade Ace trying to deny any sort of counter aggression is going to be able to be successful there. Finds its way over in front of the midfield mark, and Mike wants to hit this away. It's back over with 45 seconds to go, and Vivid just killing time. He doesn't have the boost to go for any sort of aerial shot, but he's able to force them out of the net as well, and that's going to do just enough. I mean, all they have to do is kill these remaining 33 seconds, and at this point, nobody from the Cheesiest Crafts Better Half side is probably even looking at the win in this game as a possibility, but of course they still want to try to get those goals, trying to get some confidence back, and going into game 3, look to get a strong start into what will be an equalized series at 1-1. It's essentially a best of 5 now, ladies and gentlemen, as Cheesiest Crafts Better Half will drop game 2, and NoLimit will tie it back up 1-1 with a 5-2 scoreline. We find ourselves essentially in a best of 5 as a tied scoreline at 1-1 will give both teams only 3 games needed to take the grand finals win. Mike gonna be trying to follow off a kickoff fast with a high aerial, but not gonna be able to do it. Vivid wants to follow through as well and almost able to sink it in, but it's off the right crossbar. Mike trying to follow through, but it's just gonna be too slow there, and Fade Ace to play this back up field. Vivid does manage to touch it away towards that corner, touch it twice in fact. It's going to be Skirp re-aggressing, and Vivid once again just touching it past any sort of aggressors over towards that corner. Skirp wants to play this away. Mike does have the time to get there in time, but it rolls off the corner, and it's going to be him forced to play this back over, but he finds an open net, and with it, an open goal to get the first lead yet again of game number 3 going the way of NoLimit. 40 seconds gone, and it's the first goal scored. About 12 times as long, 14, 16? Very much longer than the 5 seconds it took before. And it's going to be Skirp finding the ball over in front of the orange, and oh my goodness, you thought for a second Mike was going to be able to clear that one away in time, but it's just going to be too much there as Skirp gets it over, rolling along the goal line, and Fade Ace just jumps for the heavens and is able to slam it into the net. And with that, an equalizer found. It is not going to be a repeat of the game number 2 scenario they found themselves in. Not going to fall down to a 5-0 loss off the bat. They were able to bounce back immediately from the 0-2 in game 1, but the 5 goals seemed too much to come over, and now Mike getting this away, getting it back over into the blue, wants to try to get some scoring opportunities on board, and Vivid to follow through, does find it onto the wall, but it's Fade Ace to try to block the back line, just make sure Skirp's follow through is going to work out, and now Skirp falling off gives Fade a way to get back into the fight, and he's trying to sneak in a goal but doesn't have the boost to get there in time, but Vivid gonna catch it regardless. It's over to the midfield. Vivid wants to replay this, and he's trying to get some sort of faking play happening with those flicks, but he isn't able to get it past Skirp, and it's just going to be found back into Fade Ace's wheels. Finds its way back over towards the corner, and a smart bump there from Mike. Going to deny any sort of follow-through action there from Skirp and not allow that follow-up shot to come through. So now Mike finding this ball once again towards the corner. Skirp needs to play it away, and he is going to get the initial touch, and it actually pogos over Mike, but Vivid's already following. He's already back up on this wall, and Fade Ace trying just to touch this past whoever he can, but Skirp going to intercept. Mike getting bumped, and that leaves a wide open goal, and with it, Skirp just rolling a ball along that goal line and sinking it in for a 2-1 lead. So 2 minutes 49 seconds left on the clock, and Skirp doing a very good job to secure up that second goal. A lead found back in the camp of Cheesiest Crafts Better Half, just looking to play back into this. And Mike the Kid, oh my goodness, he has a potential clear, but it's just too tight of a shot past him. It's able to get straight past into the orange. And oh my gosh, it's just another fadeaway shot from Skirp. He's able to get it back along that corner. And let's just watch this one more time, because Mike looks to play this away, but he just hits such a light touch back towards goal, gets the angle on, and neither of those players is prepared to try to drive over there and save it away. So a 2-goal lead finding its way back over towards the blue. And it's going to be Skirp looking to try to force that one in, actually looking to fake off the ball a bit, but they're able to read it. Fade Ace, what a read on the second touch, as well as he's able to get there just in time and backflips at just the perfect moment to deny a follow-up shot, trying to follow through with a shot on net, but not quite going to be able to hit it. A very tight angle that was, and might trying to clear this past Fade Ace is going to be successful. You thought he was going to be able to get up in time, but just too fast there on the ramp, and Vivid trying to get this past. It's over to the wall. It's over off the wall, and it's finding its way, rolling off this ramp back into the wheels of Mike, who gets a backflip, a half flip, and he's trying to get this play, but it's going to be Fade Ace clearing it back over towards the corner. It's lobbing back towards this goal, and Skirp hitting it over towards the corner again is going to leave Mike just looking to find some way to try to get past him. He is just continuously hitting this ball, and Fade Ace unfortunately not able to get that touch away. So Mike, all his efforts to keep it in there do get him a pretty good shot, but Fade Ace eventually does manage to get that ball up onto his hood. Mike not fast enough to capitalize on the whiff, and is able to once again take this ball back over into the orange. It seems like every time you start trying to analyze the play of one of these players, they just immediately give up that ball to the other player. And Vivid gonna be the man of the hour now, as he starts to get talked about, and as such, Skirp begins to steal the ball. So it's back over to Mike, back over to Fade Ace, and with that, I mean Vivid. Oh my goodness, you thought I meant Vivid, but Skirp coming out of absolutely nowhere. He wasn't even on our screen, as you see. Fade Ace getting Vivid just to fake onto him, and Skirp actually going to be the one to shoot that ball in. So it's going to be a very nicely timed team shot, and 4-1 is going to be the scoreline, as with 40 seconds to go, it's this time the dominant shoe going on Cheesiest Craft's better halves foot. And there it is, with a 5-1 lead. They get the exact score line that was such a pain for them in the last game. It's going to be with 35 seconds, a very strong lead over towards the blue, as now it's looking like they're going to be taking game one of the best of 5, getting themselves 2-1 here in the whole series. Skirp, a fast shot, and good effort from Vivid to deny, but unfortunately for the NoLimit boys, they are getting quite limited, as there is very little way to come back from a 5-goal lead, as now it's 6-1, as they score another one right along the goal line right at the end. With only 24 seconds to go, we will just be eagerly waiting for game number 4 to start. Not really anything here that NoLimit can do. I mean, 5 goals in 15 seconds. That would be about a goal every 3. Well, there's the 2 seconds it takes Vivid to come through, and he gets the first. Okay, so 4 more goals, and they're on pace. If they go at a goal every 3 seconds, they'll have a second to spare going into overtime. And then maybe they could force a goal with that 1 second. So let's see. Got to score in under 3 to be on pace for the equalizer. They get it into the blue, but Fade Ace too fast there on the stop, and it is going to be left over to Vivid, who gets a shot towards net, but they have taken a little bit too long over their 3-second mark, and with it, that will find game number 3 going the way of CKBH. We head into game number 4 with Cheesiest Craft's better half leading 2-1. They only need 2 more games here in the best of 7 to take away the trophy, take away the crown, and come away as the Division 13 champions. Vivid immediately shutting down Skirp's fast play and finds an open net for his trouble. Isn't able to find the inside of the net, but that's what Mike's for. It's just going to be rolled along the goal line straight over into the waiting wheels of Mike as he sinks in the first goal here in 11 seconds. And it looks like they're looking to bite immediately back here, NoLimit. They want to get back into this and give themselves a shot at that trophy. They want the first place. Nobody plays an IGL because they are looking to finish second. These guys definitely going to be trying to prove that here right now. FadeAce taking the ball, trying to hit it past where he can, but it's actually going to be a pretty clever play. He gets off the ball, leaves it so that he can try to bump away towards that defender, but as you can see, the defender just ends up bumping him straight into the ball. So a little bit of an 8-ball shot to find it back over into the blue. No follow-up shots were able to be found, but that one's going to be a little bit dangerous. It forces Skirp to play it away. It's going to be touched mid, and now Mike wants to follow that one in, and he's going to be successful. So a second goal being slapped in here from Mike the Kid 99 to get a 2-goal lead once again for the NoLimit side. But we've seen this many a times. In fact, we saw this in game number 1 where they went up to a fast 2-goal lead, and then we saw a systematic dismantling of the defense as the blue side was able to transpire and manage to pull off the win. Of course, game 2 bought back, and then we saw game number 3, which seemed to be telling a different story, but we find ourselves back into the same old tale. It's NoLimit with an early lead, and that early lead just keeps on expanding. A 3-0 scoreline. And if history repeats itself, this could be spelling some bad luck for the blue side, as Jesus Kraft's better half definitely do not want it to fall down into a best of 3. They're already leading by 1. If they can take this one away, they'll be sitting on match point, but now they need to get a hat trick just to tie the match up. Tie the game up, sorry. The match still, of course, being led by them. FadeAce gets the save away against the aggression, and that's going to leave him with the ball over towards the orange, but Mike with a nice little adjustment off that corner does hit it high, denying any follow-throughs off that corner hit, and it's going to be Mike once again forced to play it against FadeAce, who gets a touch over 1 but can't find it past the second, as Vivid going to boom it over into the blue, and a fast follow-up shot finds a 4th quick goal on the board once again for the orange side. And you can just see here, they're just so fast trying to get to that ball. A little bit of a risky play, mind you, because if FadeAce is able to get there in time and hit it past both of your players, well, my friends, it's a 2v2. Well, Skirp, he of course certainly would have an open goal to shoot at. So very confident right now, the NoLimit boys. They were just certain they could beat the blue side defenders into the net. It's going to be over off the corner. FadeAce wants to follow as well, but Mike ends up resetting the ball back towards the corner. Looking to be playing this pass, is able to get it decently far into the blue, but finally a touch away there leads Vivid to have to play this off against FadeAce, who gets it just a little bit far past him, and that's going to allow Fade to play this ball over off the corner. It's back over towards mid, but Mike intercepting. Now Skirp has to fall back, cannot allow a 5th to be scored. With only 10 seconds away from the halftime mark, it needs to be a first goal on the board here for the Blues sometime soon. And you thought maybe Skirp could carry it in there, but it's going to be denied by Vivid. A pass down to FadeAce. Sorry, a pass from FadeAce to Skirp. But it doesn't really matter, as these two boys are going to work together and sync up the first of 4 that they're going to need. 3 seconds into the second half. And they're going to have a lot to work to do, but we know they are capable of doing it. They have fought their way into the finals, and they are looking to fight their way out. Skirp getting the ball, but just not enough boost there to find his way over in front of the net, and Vivid going to be allowed some time to recuperate with the ball, as it's going to be Mike just bumping there against Fade, but ultimately it didn't seem to matter, as the shot's still going to keep coming, and FadeAce touching it there past Vivid, leaves Mike in front of the net, and Skirp trying to touch that past, he does, but the shot over towards FadeAce just a little too slow. The defender's able to get up in time. Now the counter attack starting. It's a lob over towards mid. FadeAce touching it past, and that leaves it for Vivid. But it has to be a play out, and FadeAce, how is he allowed to get this ball so deep into the orange? He gets it all the way to the corner, where he's still just threatening to push it there past the defender, and you can just see how awkward it's made the defense for the orange, but unfortunately making their defense awkward is just the start of what they need to do, because 90 seconds to go, they're still trailing by 3, and make that 4, as Mike just gonna dismantle them, and it's got to be said, Mike sitting at 5 goals on the board right now. He has just been staying in front of that ball, taking advantage of it the whole time. And of course, you can't discount Vivid over there, who has seen his share of passing plays and saves. It just seems like right now the dynamic for NoLimit, I don't know what it is. Every even numbered game they want to pop off? Well, that's not looking too good for him because it's an odd numbered series. But so far, with 71 seconds to go, outside of 4 quick goals, we will be seeing an equalized matchup at 2-2. Cheesiest Crafts better half looking to drop game number 4 here to NoLimit. They do have a minute left to play. It's going to be looking to be, what, about a goal every... well, soon it's going to be a goal every 10 seconds. So it's got to be a goal every about 12 and a half. And, of course, that is dropping down lower and lower. Goal every 10 seconds now needed. Skirp finds the ball. It's going to be back over towards this wall, and Mike to play it away fast. It's just going to be a fast counter aggression, and it is going to be a save from Fade Ace along that crossbar to get it away, but, well, now they find themselves into needing a goal every 5 seconds, as we find ourselves half the time gone. 18 seconds to go, and that is just going to do it. I mean, unfortunately, Fade Ace, maybe he can sneak away a consolation goal here in the end. Not able to do it, and that will be NoLimit dominating their way again, once again, into game number 5, as it's going to be the first to win 2 games that take away this grand final. Going into game 5, whoever takes this one is going to be sitting on match point, tournament point, first place point. There's a best of 3 at this moment, and of course these teams are not going to be any strangers to it. They've been playing in best of 5s all season long, but best of 3 going to be, of course, nothing any esports player is a stranger to. We've got Mike the Kid in the chat. Game broke, all right. So we will, of course, give them the time to rejoin, get themselves connected, have a little bit of time to calm down, relax. So far, Skirp going to be able to get back in. Doesn't quite, yep. Looks like everybody but me going to be kicked out of the game. That's just because of my superior gamer genetics. Anyway, we find ourselves back into the pitch once again, and going to be off to a quite tense kickoff. Whoever gets the first lead, definitely not going to be wanting to drop it away. It's over off the wall. Over to Skirp, who now wants to play this one away, but it's going to be hit over towards the orange, and Mike doing a good job at intercepting. Finds the ball up onto the wall, Vivid, and Mike going to be able to follow that through. It's a center in front of the net, and they're giving a lot of space here to work with, but that's because Vivid is so far back. He's already committed to the counterplay, and Fade Ace intercepting is clear as well. That leaves Fade with a shot towards net, and oh my goodness, it's Skirp to follow through with a banger, and oh no, it's going to be an open net found once again as NoLimit strike their way through, and it's a demo to open it up and a shot to secure it as Mike the Kid carries that ball through into the game and is able to sink in the first lead of game 5. We find ourselves in an odd-numbered game, but it seems like NoLimit's still here to score. They find the first kickoff. Skirp wants to immediately shut it down, and Mike just intercepting, gets it past Fade Ace as well, and that opens up the goal, and that's going to be a second goal. And that is just a little bit of an offensive mistake coming out of the Cheesiest Crafts better half side, because Fade Ace just too far into that end. I guess he expected to try to intercept that ball and get in the way and just deny any sort of shot, but Skirp gets himself back over towards the net, just not in time. So it's going to be Mike the Kid taking this ball up towards the wall yet again, and Vivid hits it past Fade. And that's going to open up a shot, but Skirp already there to clear it away. It's over towards mid. Going to be hit back towards the goal, and Fade does have a player get up in his face a bit, but he's still able to connect onto that ball. It's going to be a hit back, and Skirp just staying along that goal line does not want to allow them to sink it in. It's going to be hit away, hit over into the blue. And Vivid wants just to sink this in easily, but he's not going to be allowed to. He tries just to sink it in however he can. And it's just going to be a bit too slow. Skirp able to get up and deny, but a follow-through shot already setting itself up. It's going to be saved once again by Skirp, and Mike now has to play this one away. Going to intercept. And does manage to get it up onto the ceiling where he starts a counter-attack, and Fade Ace forced off the ball. Skirp to clear away, and you're already seeing Vivid playing back towards that net, wants to try to just to set up for the follow-up shot, and that flick almost finds its way into the net, but it's a little too wide. Fade trying to lob that one in as well, but just finding its way a little bit wide of net. That'll be Mike looking to play this back out of the corner. Skirp up towards the wall, and it's going to be hit back over off the opposite corner. Mike still, though, taking possession, and just seems like it's Mike against the world as finds that ball over towards the net. Vivid now to follow through, wants to try to get a double touch off the back. Doesn't quite have the boost to get there in time, but does get the touch. It's back over towards the corner. It's back over towards Fade Ace, who is trying just to play this away. Mike getting a little bit threatened there by a potential demo from Skirp, and leaves Vivid a shot on net. It's on target. Fade Ace has to save it, and he does. A beautiful save back over towards that corner. Just going to be a counter-attack immediately, and Skirp wants to try to boom it downfield. Finds the corner, finds the front of the net, but Vivid, a counter boom, and now he has to try to fight his way over towards the net. Fade Ace getting demoed for the trouble, but it is going to allow Skirp the time to get back and save that one away. It's going to be over off the corner. 2-0. 2 minutes left, and still the blue trying to find something to score. But Vivid, a shot towards the net. They leave him the whole open net, but he's not able to find it. Mike had a follow-up, but Skirp gets it away just in time, and now he's looking to try to get a counterattack of his own going. It's going to be a flick over towards mid, and he flicks it past both. As you can see, Mike, he knows what's coming. He tries to turn to adjust and tries just to get in the way of Skirp's flick, but he's not able to do it. And that's just going to find its way past both, and now 2-1. It's the first of two scored, 100 seconds to go, and the blue side looking like they could potentially equalize this still. It's only one goal needed, and we are in a 2v2, of course, not known for exactly being low-scoring games most of the time. And Fade Ace looks to try to boom that one in. Mike, an easy save there along the goal line, backwards save as well. Gonna leave it into a counter aggression, and you can see one of those things that happens when the orange side starts transitioning to offense is you do see it quite often where Vivid starts doubling up there with Mike, and that's a potential flaw that doesn't quite lose them the goal this time. It is going to be Fade Ace sinking it in there as Skirp just managing to set up with a nice fast passing play, gets it past Vivid, and even though he's set up there, it is going to find an open net, and with it, 74 seconds to go. So a tied game, and once again, I do just want to speak on that point because it has been for the offense of NoLimit. You've been seeing every so often when they transition to offense, they do just double up on that tie on that side, and that leaves open a large chunk of their goal, and I believe you've been seeing the blue side has started to notice this. They're trying to take advantage of it more, and don't know exactly how Skirp's going to force that one away, but he does. And just like that, Cheesy as Crab's better half, they started the game off 0-2, and yet they find themselves a first lead, and now NoLimit find themselves on the back foot, and they have to try to find one here in 51 seconds. They've been held to 2 for almost 3 minutes. Sorry, over 3 minutes, almost 4. They're now having to be put on the offense yet again, but what a way to get put onto it. Vivid, a nice little flick there, just straight under that top crossbar. Mike adjusting it out just lightly for him, and just going to be a beautiful little flick there. Nothing really that Fade Ace can do to get in the way, and certainly not Skirp, who's over towards midfield. 41 seconds, and tied back up yet again. Mike, a potential shot, but it's going to be Fade Ace getting in the way and finds himself over towards the goal. The double touch can't quite connect, but Skirp's going to be there in time, and what a fast little counter aggression. It's going to be Fade Ace, and he honestly deserved to have that double touch. That was such a clean little play, just taking it straight off the corner, trying to touch it in. But at the end of the day, doesn't matter who sinks the goal as long as one of those players on your team does. So 4-3 will be the score line so far. Mike trying to sink in the equalizer, gonna be denied there by Fade Ace, and now looking to play this back over towards the orange, but denied by Vivid. Only 15 seconds left. They do still need to find one goal. It is only one, but the time continuing to tick. No boost there from Mike, gonna force him off the ball, and that's gonna be Vivid. It's the last chance here for them to secure themselves Game 5. They need to secure OT first, and Mike kills it high. Vivid's going up to try to commit to a shot, and he finds the net, but it touches the ground just in time, and by the skin of their teeth, Cheesiest Craft's better half avoid catastrophe and find themselves into match point. Going to be sitting at match point here, Cheesiest Craft's better half, and they definitely are going to look to score it up in this final game for them. No limit. They need to tie it back up and give themselves a shot in Game 7, but it's going to be a tall ask if it's a strong start once again for Cheesiest Craft's better half. It's going to be over towards Skirp right off the bat. And he's trying to play this again. He gets a flick back over towards net, getting in the way of Mike as well, but the ball just a little too wide, and that's going to be a double aggression from the offense there of the blue side, and they find themselves just pressuring this ball. They're so deep into the orange, but just no way so far for No Limit to find a way to clear this ball past. Once again, it's just going to be a 50 force, but Mike finally finding a way back over into the blue. It's a flick past, but it's going to be found there by the defense of Fade Ace, who starts touching it away. It's back over towards Skirp. Vivid to intercept and finds the ball in the corner. No boost, though. Going to mean Mike has to commit from midfield. Vivid, though, trying to sink that in along the goal line, but Skirp's there in time to deny it. And Mike wants to try to find something, just can't quite find it. And it's going to be Mike back over towards the ramp, trying to hit this one away, and he does successfully do it. It's back over towards Skirp, and he is trying to flick this back over towards mid, and it is going to be successful, but intercepted there by Mike. Skirp to hit it away. It's back over towards Fade Ace. It's back over towards Mike now. Fade just missing his touch, and that's going to be Skirp looking to replay this. Intercepting there, Mike. It's going to be touched back over towards the wall, and Skirp gets a wide open shot at net, but Vivid, that just in time, flies up along the wall, gets in the way, and is able to shut down that shot. So the first lead not going to be scored by anybody just yet. We find ourselves 2 minutes expired. Mike to take the ball. It's back over towards Vivid, and that's going to find it over in front of the net. Skirp can't quite hit it because it opens up a shot, and it's going to be just bouncing back and forth along this goal line, but nobody from No Limit can find it into the net. That's going to be Skirp with the ball, hitting it back over towards mid. It's a flick past one. It's back off the wall, and nobody going to be able to connect. That leaves it for Fade Ace, and nobody can clear that one away. So 8 seconds away from the halftime mark leaves Cheesiest Craft's better half with the first lead of the series. No Limit now needing to get one just to tie it up, 2 to get themselves a lead. And starting to fight back into this. Vivid takes the ball to the corner, wants to pass it back over towards mid. Mike's waiting for it, and no connection from Skirp, and that's just going to leave Vivid with the shot. And that is going to do it. Look at that, Vivid. A nice little angle to find, and Skirp not able to connect onto that save. It's just going to be a sunken up goal, and now we find ourselves half the time gone, but with an equalized scoreline. Vivid, a quick shot, a quick kickoff over towards that net. Skirp saves it away, but Mike's following. That gets it back towards mid. Vivid redirects towards net, but it's just a little bit high. Mike intercepting off the corner and does have a potential for a follow-up shot. Fade sees it, tries to commit up in time to deny, but it's going to leave this ball still over towards the blue. Fade a boom downfield. Vivid doesn't have much boost, but he has to save this, but he's not going to actually end up having to, as Fade not able to connect. He knows that if he got that past that defender, it was going to be an easy goal, and it's going to be just a little bit too much pressure to force it in. Vivid forced here against Skirp and finds its way mid. A little bit of a flick over towards the wall, and Mike getting the ball back over towards the corner, but touchback mid, NoLimit to follow. And it's going to just be a back and forth little bit of affair. It's Skirp once again finding the ball over into the orange, but Mike just getting in the way of any sort of follow-up shots, and it just seems like everybody looking for the passes, but everybody looking to play off of every pass. So it's going to be hit back over towards mid. Vivid to play this back over towards the wall and corner. As Vivid wants to try to play this away now. Fade Ace getting in the way, does get a shot towards net, but it's killed high. Vivid having to intercept, having to try to play back up into this. And it's Skirp to shoot it away, as Fade Ace actually going to have to come into the fight. Skirp finding it mid. It's going to be Mike looking to block, not quite able to get there in time, going up into the corner. 45 seconds left. Oh my goodness, that was close, but Vivid gets there in time to deny it. A shot denied, and Mike having to clear another one away. Fade Ace going up, trying to shoot that one in, and Skirp gonna be a little bit slow to get on the ball. That leaves it with Vivid deep into the blue. Fade Ace has to clear this one away, and he's not gonna be able to do it. Mike the Kid gonna find a shot into the net, and with it a 1-goal lead with only 25 seconds to go. So now Cheesiest Craft's better half, they need to find one more goal to secure OT and not find themselves in Game 7. Skirp, a quick shot over towards the orange, almost finds its way in, and Vivid is going to clear it away. It's going to be back to Fade Ace, who does shoot that back over towards the wall, and Mike ends up having to try to save it away, but that's just going to be it. Skirp managing to hit a shot once again straight away, taking advantage of the little bit of offensive mistakes being made, and that will be Cheesiest Craft's better half. With 10 seconds left, they tie the game up and will have it looking to go into OT, where NoLimit, they need to try to get one goal to take it away, try to find themselves in the finals still with a Game 7. And we might see if it happens. It's going to be hit over off the ceiling, and it's going to find its way into OT. Fade Ace aggressing up for the kickoff, and it leaves it to Mike, who gets a boom downfield. He's trying to follow up with a hit, but Skirp intercepting. Kills it towards the corner. It's over off the wall, and Skirp does manage to pass it quickly down there towards Fade Ace, who wants to try to follow it through, but that's gonna do it. It's just a breakaway shot there from Vivid to secure game number 7, and it looks like the streak continues, with evens going to NoLimit and odds going to Cheesiest Craft's better half. It is going to depend entirely on the 4 players in the pitch to see who wins in the best of 1. Back into the pitch for the true final time tonight, as NoLimit able to stay alive. They are going to take it all the way to a Game 7, and now they are going to have to prove their stuff and try to win the IGL finals. Whoever takes this game will be taking the match, the tournament, the trophy, the title. It will be the end of the season here in IGL Fall 2020 Division 13. Mike having to try to play this fast as he's left the lone man back, but does get full possession, looking to pass this over mid fast, and Vivid there to deny. He's there to deny any semblance of a save out of the blue, and it's just going to be an easily sunken shot. A nice little passing play to open up game number one. Or sorry, not game number one. Goal number one coming out of the No Limit boys. Vivid already looking to play this off Mike's kickoff, and full boost recovered as well there from him. It's going to be over towards the net. It's going to be over towards the midfield, and Vivid has to play this away. It's a touch towards the wall. It's a touch back towards mid. Vivid has to reaggress, and it's just going to be touched too fast there from Fadeace. Mike reaggressing, but it's going to be touched off the corner, and it's just going to find its way back over into the orange. Skirp trying to take advantage of the little bit of miscommunication, but Vivid able to get up in time to save that away. Mike trying to read against Skirp's follow-up. It's just going to be killed to the corner, and now Fadeace already trying to follow this through. It's a pass over towards the midfield, but that leaves it just bouncing over into the blue, and with 0 boost, 12 boost, sorry, it's going to be Skirp trying to fight his way back in here. Mike intercepting with a 50, but it's Vivid to kill it back over towards the corner, back over towards the bottom, and oh my goodness, a fast follow-up shot from Vivid. Just going to be denied along the goal line from Skirp. Not going to be allowing it to fall to a 2-goal deficit as they still look just to get one and get themselves back in, but Mike's going to make it just that little bit harder as he scores in a second to get a 2-goal lead here for the No Limit side. They're looking to break the streak, take their first odd-numbered game to get themselves the tournament win. It's going to be a lob back over towards the orange as Vivid has to reaggress this. He does get it away, and Fadeace managing to force a 50. Now it's back over towards Mike, who's caught a little bit awkward. Does manage to get a touch towards net, and Skirp missing that ball. Now Mike's wishing he committed to it, but it's going to be back over into the corner. Back over to Skirp yet again, and Mike just going to be trying to redirect that one. Doesn't quite know that Vivid's all the way back in goal, but doesn't end up mattering. Vivid able to reaggress this, trying to redirect it in fast, and not quite going to be able to do it. Mike, a follow-up hit. He hits it low, but it's going to be denied along the goal line, and Skirp wants to just carry it in, but Vivid going to deny. It's back in time, sailing along the wall to deny that goal. And Mike has to see if he can deny whatever's coming up next, but with Skirp getting bumped, Fadeace getting bumped, it's nothing going to be coming down the pipe, and Mike going to be able to force a 50 and force the ball mid. Fade wants to follow that into a follow-up shot, and Vivid going to get there in the way to deny it. 2 minutes left to go. It's going to be hit over off the ceiling. It's going to be hit over off the corner, in fact, and just rolling along this wall. It's going to touch it over, touch it high, and with Fadeace allowing that ball to drop back into the orange, it's going to be Mike to replay over off the corner. 2 minutes still to go, and we're still waiting to see if Cheesiest Craft's better half is going to be able to score 3 quick goals to seal up this match. They need only 2 to secure the OT, but of course they're going to be looking to win it out in regulation. Getting into the final 100 seconds as Mike, oh my goodness, it's allowed to be touched straight to him, but with no boost, he has to just play this slowly, play it methodically, make sure he doesn't allow any boomers back over towards the midfield line. And it's going to be over off the backboard. Oh my goodness, a follow-up shot there from Fadeace, but it's not going to work out. It's back over into the blue as Mike quickly trying to play this back up midfield, but it's Skirp intercepting. Vivid intercepting the clear, and Fadeace just going to be killing it high. Back over towards Skirp, and he is just going to kill it low. It's going to be touched back down again towards the bottom, and the ball finding its way into the blue yet again. Only 62 seconds. And they still haven't found anything here for the Cheesiest Crafts Better half side. They need to find something. Otherwise, this game might just be too far gone. It's 2 goals still over towards the No Limit side. They need to find one just to give themselves a shot at the overtime, and Fadeace trying his damnedest to get a touch on board, but the aerial shot not going to work out. Skirp to follow, it's touchdown mid, and Mike already on that ball. They're just trying to kill as much time as possible, keep this ball in the blue, don't allow any sort of semblance of a fight to be back in here for the blue side, and Skirp has to try to play this out of his own end yet again. Only 20 seconds left, and it is looking worse and worse here for the boys in blue, as unfortunately it looks like if you're a Cheesiest Crafts Better Half fan with a hat trick goal coming in along the line, that's going to be NoLimit stealing away a tournament win, as they were winning 3-2. Or sorry, they were losing 2-3 there against Cheesiest Crafts Better side, and still going to be able to pull off a win here in the finals. Very well played to both of these boys throughout the entire season. And yet, 3-0 is going to be the final score of the final game, as NoLimit take the match, take the tournament, and are crowned your IGL Fall 2020 Division 13 2v2 champions.